Welcome to the Dougie Wuggy Story Hour. Yeah! Today's story is called The Adventures of Punni. So about maybe 10 years ago, I was doing my summer camp, and there was this kid in my camp named Punni. And he was 5 or 6, and he was a big behavior problem. He was always getting in trouble. He was just one of those kids who was constantly being disruptive, and he was messing with other kids, and kids would complain about him. They was like, Punni did this, Punni did that, Punni. And I'm like, Punni, you can't, bother other kids. And he's like, I'm sorry. But then he would just do it 5 minutes later. He's that kind of kid. Well, we were working on a big play to show the parents, like we're working on, except even bigger. It was during my summer camp.
Oh, I've heard this.
And then we invited all the parents to come at a 6 o'clock show at night. And there was costumes, and there was a set, and I was like a big deal, okay? And the kids were really excited. And I went to Punni, and I said, Punni, do not be disruptive during the play, okay? He said, I won't, I promise. I said, you have to promise, because during the rehearsal, you would interrupt, and you would try to make the kids laugh. He said, I will not do that, I promise, Doug. And I was like, okay. So the play starts, and Punni's off stage, because he's going to come in like 5 minutes. He was a dwarf or an elf or something like that. And he had a little dwarf costume, and he has a little sword and his little helmet. And so the kids were on stage, they're acting, and all of a sudden, Punni just runs onto the stage, just randomly runs onto the stage. And he goes, hey, Doug, I gotta go pee-pee. And I'm like, okay, just go. And he goes, okay, I'm going. And I'm like, wow. And then he goes backstage where there's a bathroom. He starts flushing the toilet, slamming the toilet seat down, like, wham, wham, flush. He's like, oh, that feels good. Slam, wham, wham. And I'm like, oh, my God, could this kid be any more disruptive? And then after about the fourth flush, he slams the door, and then instead of just quietly coming back on stage, he runs on stage and he goes, I'm back, baby! I am back, baby! And he's like sticking his booty out at the audience, and all the kids start laughing, and the parents start laughing, and I'm trying to tell the kids, quiet, and they're all like, and Punni just kept like go, wah, 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 I'm back, baby. And the kids did not stop laughing. I looked over at his mom, and she was like, oh, my God, I cannot believe he did that. And after the play, I went up to him, and I said, Punni, that was not cool. And he's like, sorry, I was just trying to make everybody laugh. And I said, well, it wasn't really that funny. And his mom got pretty mad at him. And did he ever come back to my camp after that? No, he did not. So that is the true story of The Adventures of Punni. Yeah!